You're watching the Final Whistle podcast livestream. We'll be starting shortly, so make sure to stay around. If you have any questions you'd like us to answer, make sure to leave them in the chat and we'll make sure to answer them. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. You're watching the Final Whistle podcast livestream. We'll be starting shortly, so make sure to stay around. If you have any questions you'd like us to answer, make sure to leave them in the chat and we'll make sure to answer them. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. You're watching the Final Whistle podcast livestream. We'll be starting shortly, so make sure to stay around. If you have any questions you'd like us to answer, make sure to leave them in the chat and we'll make sure to answer them. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. You're watching the Final Whistle podcast livestream. We'll be starting shortly, so make sure to stay around. If you have any questions you'd like us to answer, make sure to leave them in the chat and we'll make sure to answer them. Thank you, and we'll see you soon. Hello and welcome to the Final Whistle podcast. My name is Harry and I'm joined by Bobby here as usual. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about Everton being really bad, apart from at the weekend against Chelsea. Forest potentially joining the Premier League. I'm debating about buying a season ticket. I'm not sure yet. I'm getting ahead of myself already. The title race getting really close now with City and Liverpool, as well as Ten Hag appointment at Man United. I've got the Brentford Man United game up here on BBC Sport as well. So if anything happens, I've got it paused.
Is it on BBC?
Well, no, I've got the live feed up. So anything that happens, give me a 30-second delay after it happens, and it'll be on there.
Oh, nice.
So we'll start off by talking about Everton. They're not doing great, apart from the time they were quite good at the weekend, beating Chelsea 1-0. Burnley obviously also won, putting the pressure on the little dogfight down there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Everton are going to stay up, or what are you thinking?
I think they probably are, aren't they? I would be safe to assume that they're going to stay up. I think they have the manpower, and it seems like the fans are really behind them. Like, obviously, I was watching the highlights yesterday of the game, and it looked really like they've kind of realised, like, fuck, we can't let this happen, and we have to actually stop this. So yeah, I personally think they're going to be fine. I don't see them going down. I think it'd be too massive. I'd be very shocked if they do, to be fair.
Yeah, it's getting really close, to be honest. Like, it was looking okay for Everton when Burnley were also doing really badly, but now Burnley have stepped it up since Dyche has gone.
Yeah, that's also true.
And Everton have gone, hold on a minute. We're a bit screwed because they're doing all right, so we've kind of got to step it up as well. Which, in fairness, they did. Did you see? Did you see Pickford's double save at the weekend?
Oh my god! Yeah, it was mental.
It's crazy.
I think it was only a single save because the first one hit the post.
Hit the post.
But it was ridiculous. Yeah.
It's crazy to think that England's #1 goalkeeper is in a relegation battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is weird.
He's ridiculous. I think if it gets a bit, he's nervous to watch. Like, I wouldn't want him necessarily in my goal. But
he can do. He definitely has good moments. It's weird.
Yeah,
you can't trust him, but he has good saves in him for sure.
I hate it enough watching Forest play around the back, even though I know they're good at it and they're professionals and they've trained.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why the hell are you passing it back there, please? You're giving me heart disease by doing this.
Yeah, I know. It's bad.
Do you think Frank Lampard should get some recognition if they stay up, of going, okay, fair enough, you did a good job, because they were in the shit when he took over?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think that he hasn't necessarily had much of a positive impact there?
I mean, I don't really think we can go and say, well done, you didn't get relegated, because that would be setting the bar at the floor. But I don't really know. I think at this point in time, that's all he's got to focus on. They have to throw all the previous aspirations of the club out the window. Or just be like, yeah, we've got to stay up. And then if he does that, maybe he can go on, sign some more players. But I don't know, are they going to trust him? Do they really want him? Do they see him as the long-term future of the club? I don't know. I don't know what their plan is.
I don't think they can trust themselves, really, at this point, any of the Everton board, to make the right decision on transfers, because...
Trust me, yeah, it's impossible.
They've made a massive set of mistakes over the last few years in terms of transfers, in terms of managers as well. They've made the wrong choices. But it's difficult with them, because, in fairness, the support that was there at the weekend, like cheering the bus through to the stadium, was pretty impressive. Like, it's all the flares and everything, so you can see how much it means to the fans. But watching the performances they've put out on the pitch, and as a club just being a shambles, it's not really a matching thing. I saw Forest today. They've headed down to Bournemouth today on the coach, and a load of fans went outside the training ground with flares and everything. I'll show you some pictures at another time. It was quite impressive. Give them a send off down there, considering how important tomorrow's game is for us.
Yeah.
But I think maybe seeing that before the Chelsea game would have given the Everton players a bit more desire. What do you think? Because like seeing all the fans out there with flares, it really. I mean,
if you're supporting your team in their lowest moment, it shows that you have faith in them, and that they obviously do still love their club. And that's the kind of thing that the players will get behind. Having that 12th man, especially at home. I think they've been really... I can't remember if they've had really bad home or... They've had bad overall form, but I think either home or away, it's been more considerably worse than the other. So whether that is account of the players feeling nervous to play in front of the fans, do you think possibly? Because they want to impress them, but like obviously it's just going so badly. Yeah. There isn't anything they can do about it. Yeah. It definitely will help them. But the old 12th man and all that.
Also, looking at Burnley doing well, good old Ben Mee and Michael Jackson on the touchline, working some magic. Chris Wilder's been linked with them. It's interesting. He's kind of denied it by kind of also not denying it. Rumours. Do you think Chris Wilder would be a good fit at Burnley? I mean, he's only been at Middlesbrough a few months, and I don't know how loyal he is.
I haven't watched enough of his football to have any idea. I only know that he managed Sheffield United and he did a pretty good job there. So, well, actually, he did a good job, but then a terrible job. Like, it just went downhill in his last season. He got the sack. And, like, they almost didn't win a game in the league. It was terrible. But I don't know too much about him. Didn't you say he plays 3 at the back? Because they were Forest.
When Forest were interested in, I would have taken him, but we got Steve Cooper, so I don't care. He plays, I think he plays a 3-4-3, 5 with the wing backs. Obviously not Daichi's 4-4-2, similar style that they would maybe be used to.
I think Burnley are definitely underachieving. I think they have a lot of good players that have potential to play better. Obviously, Tarkowski and Ben Mee are 2 quite good centre-back pairings. They've brought in the likes of, Cornet? He's pretty good. Weghorst, their new striker, I think is very good. Yeah. So I think they just got to build on that, and I think they actually would have a decent team. Obviously, they not too long ago where they finished 8th in the league. I think was it maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I think they need to make sure they stay in the league and then build off it, because I think they've got quite a few good players in their team right now that they need to capitalise on.
I think that from what I've heard, the ownership, even though it's new, is not very stable at all. Of how much they actually own of the club, because they. How
new is the ownership? Is it really new?
I think it was new at the start of the season, or around the start of this season. It's a load of Americans, I think. But I think the way they've bought the club, how much of it they actually own, I don't know, because it's crazy that they've bought some of the owners' debts, or I don't know. But basically, they don't have a lot of money around, which is probably partly the reason of their bit of collapse at the moment.
How much they actually own the club.
But
how new is
yeah,
it?
it's a unique situation down there. It's crazy to think all those good players that you said, like, and the fact that Burnley were in Europe several seasons ago, not recently, but there's a lot of the same players are there, so it's just, I guess, whereas you have Liverpool had that season of downfall when they had that same 11 playing so much. Maybe it's a bit like that. But we'll have to see. Also, if you look at the Premier League table, I know they have kind of just thrown money at the problem, but it's worked at Newcastle. I didn't realise until I looked. They're 9th. Like, they were 19th, and they've 150 million has suddenly just made them, like,
really good.
Really good.
Funny that. I mean, I don't think you can say that's definitely... I think a lot of people downplay what he's doing at Newcastle United, because obviously, like, oh, he spent loads of money everywhere. But I think it does take a good coach to, coach any team. I think he's made a lot of good changes. Obviously, Joe Linton has been much more effective as centre mid, instead of a striker. And obviously, you can see managers spending loads of money, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it just doesn't work, does it? So it's obviously good recruitment and also just decent managing. Just got them under the straight and narrow.
I think obviously it's easy to say now in hindsight, but Eddie Howe was probably the best choice when you think about it. That he wasn't
definitely
too big of a name just to go, oh look, we've got money, let's appoint someone ridiculously good.
Stupid. Like Unai Emery, I think they were going to go for, and they rejected them.
Yeah, but he's at kind of at the level that they need for the moment. And could you see them next season pushing for Europa League or Conference League even?
I don't know. I think it's really hard to predict because we've made a billion predictions about this season. We've got them all terribly wrong. It's just quite difficult to guess what's going to happen. So I have no clue. But I think they should be aiming higher up the table than they have in previous seasons. I think they've got to aim 12th minimum as a benchmark to set this like new era off or whatever, because they need to up the standards, don't they? Quite plain and simple. It's just not good enough, and I think that's the sort of sensible benchmark to go for.
I'm just looking at the chat here. Save Room Podcast in the chat. Hi, saying he would have taken Eddie Howe at United. I mean, at the moment, you've got a good man coming in, and this is a great opportunity for me to segue into talking about Man United. I'm just saying Man United have nearly scored again. Juan Mata has he put the ball over the top for Bruno, who ran into the box, but it was just wide. So nearly United getting a second. The Ronaldo goal that they scored earlier, right in the end of the first half, was very obviously offside. But
has Ronaldo scored?
He scored in the first half, but it was just offside.
Isn't it 1-0 though? Who else scored?
So it was 1-0 and Bruno scored right near the start, so I think it was like 9 minutes in or something. But yeah, they had a goal ruled offside. Anyway, Erik ten Hag coming in. We were talking about it recently, and Steve McLaren set to come in as part of the coaching team, which is a brilliant appointment, and I'm sure all United fans are extremely happy about.
Obviously, we know now that Erik ten Hag is going to be... Fucking Erik ten Hag. Ralf Rangnick, he's going to be the Austrian manager as well, isn't he? As well as the what's his face, United executive person, whatever it means.
Well, he's only going to be doing the United recruitment or scouting, and it's going to be 1 day a week. So practically, he'll be going in 1 day a week with a scouting meeting, I would imagine, and going, oh look, there's this player over there, you should probably look at him. And then Erik ten Hag will go, no, and then that's the end of the meeting. You
see this kid, Mbappe, he's quite good. We should sign him up. It's pretty on the ground, unheard of.
It reminds me of when you're playing FIFA and you look at on like a career mode and you go into the scouting hub and you're like in League 2, it's like suggested signings, Lionel Messi. Not sure we can really afford him, Ralph, but thanks for the input anyway.
Yeah.
I wonder whether Rangnick having this new Austria role and obviously having this 1 day a week, a really serious consultancy role, is a kind of a factor of the fact that he has not been brilliant taking over as interim.
Like, let's heavily employ this guy into our board and club identity, who has lost many many games, really not done very well at all. And
Doesn't seem
made
to get on with the
players.
players very well.
Yeah, it doesn't get on with the players. He's exiled some players, like Pogba doesn't seem to be doing very well. But yeah, we'll get it's your CEO, owner soon. Suko.
Taking over from the Glazers, Ranić in. Saveroom saying, will Ten Hag get the time? Do you think that...
Yeah, I think he has to, otherwise they're doing it all wrong.
I saw a comparison earlier. This is United's opportunity to have like what Jurgen Klopp had at Liverpool, of a mass clear out and rebuild. They've got a man that is very good at his job and is very good tactically. So do you think, obviously apart from a few obvious players such as perhaps an £80 million defender and some others, how much of that United squad do you think needs to be offloaded and shoved on somewhere else? And you can't say all of them.
No, should we go through and we'll decide one by one who we would keep?
Let me pull up the Man United squad list. Do you think... It feels weird saying this.
I'll have a look as well.
Do you think Harry Maguire should be offloaded? Because he is decent sometimes.
Not right now, I don't think.
Okay, here we go. I've got the squad list up.
I'm going to get it up as well just so I can see it too.
I feel like this is an...
Are you just on the Google
I'm
one?
on the Man United official page.
Because if you search out Man United squad list on Google, the first one that comes up is Mason Greenwood.
Offload.
Onward. Ultimate. Came in the women's first team.
Savory saying Maguire's got to go.
Okay, should we start with goalkeepers?
Yeah, let's start with goalkeepers. David De Gea, keep or
keep?
Yeah,
surely.
definitely. I think I'm going to ignore Lee Grant because he's retiring. Tom Heaton's age is irrelevant. Dean Henderson.
Yeah. He's not been great, has he, for United when he has played?
I'd say offload because he's going to just get like grumpy sitting on the bench and then just disrupt the atmosphere.
You think so?
Yeah, well, he's going to want first team football. I could see him maybe going to Newcastle or somewhere like that. It
depends on the type of professional that he is, because obviously we've got Leno at Arsenal, who has been benched for Ramsdale, and he's taken it very professionally. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know Dean Henderson.
Leno is a lot older and has played his fair share of games, and so maybe is more willing to sit down. Whereas Dean Henderson,
I feel like he's not that his potential offload, but he's not necessarily not do or die if he doesn't go, because he's not too bad. We'll go maybe.
Okay, defenders. Lindelof, I'd say keep if I'm honest.
Yeah, maybe.
He seems competent enough. He's like a stopper until someone good comes in.
Yeah. Bailly. Robbie likes Bailly a lot.
Yeah, but that you would like Bailly when the rest of your defence is made up of Harry Maguire and Phil Jones.
Yeah.
Like
I was going to personally say, get rid of Lindelof, keep Bailly, and then keep Maguire, Varane, get rid of Phil Jones, the centre back options.
See if Phil Jones is definitely going.
He's going or retiring. Yeah.
Harry Maguire, there's a theory or a suggestion. Someone said turn Harry Maguire into a defensive midfielder and he'll become really, really good because it's less defending and his passing ability is
not that good. It's not good enough to be a CDM, in my opinion.
Goal Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
He's gone in.
Okay,
I say Maguire. You're not going to make a profit off selling Maguire.
I think we have to go solely based off of football terms and not monetary terms, right? Yeah. But then that is also a factor. We'll say maybe on Maguire.
I'd say keep him, put him on the bench.
Keep.
Raphael Varane,
keep, surely. He's got so much more potential.
Dallo?
I think. I keep him.
Yeah. Luke Shaw. That's an interesting one. Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
He was good, and then this season for Man United.
It's been rough. Who would they replace him with is the real question. They've got Alex Telles, who is technically supposed to be good, but
yeah, they could
isn't.
They could go in for Tyrick Mitchell from Palace. He's quite
good. Yeah.
But then you never know. Ten Hag might just pluck some random Dutch guy out of nowhere. and just be like,
Yeah.
bam, left back.
Yeah.
Alex Telles is probably a go, if I'm honest.
You think so?
It depends if they sell Luke Shaw, keep him as a backup. But
Yeah. Me personally, and Wan-Bissaka, I would get rid of Wan-Bissaka.
yeah, I'd agree. Wan-Bissaka.
I don't think he's good
as
enough.
long as they don't come and try buy Jed Spence, then sell Wan-Bissaka.
Oh God, yeah. I'd take Jed Spence, Tomiyasu back up. You can have Cedric if you want.
No. I'm going to ignore the rest of those Man United defenders because they're irrelevant.
We can go for. I was going to go for the first two because I know them.
Oh, Williams and.
I'd get rid of Williams. I would play Twanzebe. I would keep him and play him in centre back with Varane.
Yeah.
I've only seen him once, but he played against PSG and he pocketed Neymar and Mbappe. And I think he's he's quite young, right? Young centre back.
Probably.
Got potential. Maybe to be like a Tomori kind of player who they might regret letting go.
Yeah,
I think he's on loan right now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check.
He was at Villa earlier in the season, I'm pretty sure. I don't know whether he's still there. Or he had been at Villa in previous seasons.
I think he needs to play Twanzebe.
Yeah. Williams, I'd say get rid of. He's been dreadful at Norwich and deserves to go.
He is at Villa.
I thought so. Well, Paul Pogba's pretty much leaving anyway in the summer. Where he'll end up now, no one really knows. Probably Real Madrid or PSG. Juan Mata's leaving.
Yeah, sell.
Jesse Lingard.
Sell.
Sell, you sure?
Like,
do you not think Ten Hag might...
Nah, I think it's time to move on. It's got to be a new era. I think he's got to go.
Okay, fair enough. Andreas Pereira.
Yeah, he's already gone, I think. He's at Lazio.
Amad Diallo, which Save Room has said...
definitely keep.
Get rid of Rashford and put him in instead. He's blimmin' good. Amad, he's been in the Championship this season, I think. I think he's been at Birmingham. The kid's mad. I swear he's been in the Championship at some team on loan.
I thought he was at Rangers.
Maybe he was. He's been in the Championship at some point. He's sick. Fred.
A keep.
Yeah, I'd say keep as well.
Keep Fred.
He's been decent. Bruno Fernandes.
Keep, surely. You don't want him. He's had a bad form, but
Matic is leaving.
Leave.
Donny van de Beek, keep.
Yeah, surely. It's his old manager. You think he knows how to get something out of him, right?
Yeah. James Garner, sell to Nottingham Forest for £1.50.
Why, is he on loan to you?
He's on loan to us at the moment, and...
Is he key player?
He's had 14 goal involvements this season, 4 goals, 10 assists from defensive midfield.
Oh, I saw your... Did you retweet something about that or something?
I probably retweeted quite a lot.
Yeah.
He got an assist at the weekend. He flicked the ball over a defender when he was running down the pitch, and then right before the box, squared it across to our striker who hit it first time into the top right corner.
Jeez, big.
Garner's good.
McSauce.
Yes, McSauce. The guy says that he should be sold.
I think
I would.
Maybe I agree.
I don't know, because you can't just sell the whole team, otherwise something will go wrong.
Yeah.
But
it's supposed to be are we saying sell not in this one season, in a general term?
If we're going generally, get rid of him.
Because it's all not going to happen overnight, but maybe over a few years.
Just sell the whole squad in one afternoon. That would just be eventful.
Yeah.
I reckon keep him. He's just a youngster. He's got passion. Passion, aka just go and kick the Liverpool players around the pitch. That's pretty much.
Cristiano Ronaldo. What are we doing? Keep for another season? Couple seasons? What do we think?
I think they should keep him because they need him.
Yeah.
But they should also sell him because if they want to start something new, they need to not have one man that's the ego control of the world.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one. I reckon next season keep, season after get rid of him.
Yeah. It's what's it called? Not a rebound player, just someone to get them through the next rebuilding stage, maybe next season, where it's going to be tough and go wrong. It's not all going to be good. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely a keep. Martial? Sell. Rashford?
I would say sell.
Everyone's given up on Rashford, badly, haven't they?
Yeah. See, I don't know, because he's got ability and has shown his ability.
Yeah.
But he's also recently been not great at all. But that none of the United squad have, so it's hard to judge him.
Yeah, but everyone's been very critical of Rashford. Like, suddenly their star boy or whatever, they're telling him to be sold. It's like, it's strange after what he's all done and stuff. So I'm not too sure.
Interesting one. Next one on the list, I'm not going to comment because maybe people can work.
Why is he on the list anyway?
That is a very good question.
I don't have an
innocent
answer
until
either.
proven guilty, I guess, maybe, but then he's been suspended from training and everything, so...
Yeah.
Interesting. Cavani.
No.
I'd keep him, to be fair.
Keep him for a year, yeah. If we're going to get rid of Martial.
Yeah. Jadon Sancho keep, otherwise, you're stupid. Alanga
Screwed.
keep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John.
Keep his hair. The rest of him, I don't care.
Robbie was raving about Garnacho the other day. He got his first Argentina cap before his first Man United cap, which is interesting.
Does that tell you more about Man United or Argentina?
I don't know, to be honest.
Short I don't really know about, so you just stay there in the squad and be a backup, and I reckon the same with Chong, really. So pretty much we've guaranteed that most of Man United's players need to be sold or released dramatically because, they're such a good club.
They have a lot of sponsors, really weird ones as well.
Ooh.
Adidas Team Viewer, Tezos Cola, Apollo, Cadbury, Canon, this wine company, DHL. Oh, that's weird. Konami.
Right, even though, for some reason, I swear Zoom says that when you have two people it's unlimited. It just told me we have 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
so,
I've just seen that.
This is a social experiment. We will continue going for 10 minutes.
I swear before we've had this and we just kept going, right?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yap said Rico. I don't really know what that means.
I think it's one of the players for... What's he called?
Brentford.
Rico Henry, left back. I imagine. He's not scored. So, Brentford players are currently shouting for handball inside the Man United area. So VAR might be coming in there. I'll move on in case we do have 9 minutes left remaining here. Onto the one holy team that are coming back up to the Premier League, hopefully, after 23 years. The mighty Nottingham Forest. I will either on Wednesday morning be extremely happy or crying, depending on the Bournemouth result. So the situation, for those that don't know, we are currently third, and Bournemouth are second. There's 3 points between us. We've got one more goal than them in goal difference. We play them on Tuesday night in our game in hand, and then we have Hull on the last game of the season. They have Millwall, who are better than Hull in the league. So it's really dramatic. If Forest win on Tuesday, we are equal on points, but we'll be second because we've got more goals. And then it will go down onto the final day, and we would just need to beat Hull and then promotion party, unless Bournemouth absolutely hammer Millwall, or something like that. So if we go up, I am contemplating spending all my money on a season card and away membership, so I can go to most of the Premier League away games, and up to Nottingham. So that's happening. Bob, are you so excited to see Forest Arsenal next season? Because it might happen. I'm not going to jinx it now. I'm not letting this happen.
Yeah, it's gone so well for us in the past, that fixture. So
exactly.
Just can't wait.
It was just a pre-season friendly, really, this season in the FA Cup. It was just like a taster session for you and Leicester and Liverpool as well.
Game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you almost beat them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately not.
It's close.
It was, yeah.
This game on tomorrow night on Tuesday, it's going to be...
Yeah.
It's so... They said... So basically the Forest fans went to the training ground today and set off like a load of flares and stuff while the team bus left to try and cheer the first team on their trip down to Bournemouth. And so the reason this is the game in hand, basically, Bournemouth, when it was the Storm, cancelled the fixture because there was extreme stadium damage, which when
Really?
I looked at the stadium, didn't appear to be any. And at the same time, it was just a coincidence that Bournemouth had a lot of injuries and we were in the most informed team in the league.
Was it? Wow.
Varane's just scored 3-0.
Oh.
Matthew, well, I'm very upset. Matthew's going to go cry.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Bournemouth pussied out of the last fixture, basically, claiming, all the badges fallen off the side of the stadium or something like that. But now we are still one of the most informed team in the league. Just beat Fulham in one of the last games and hammered Swansea 5-1 at the weekend. So Steve Cooper's got Scott Parker rattled. Ready for a trip down. It's interesting, we've got Keenan Davis on the coach trip down there, despite him supposedly being out for 6 or 7 weeks. And Steve Cooper's done this before by claiming that players are going to be out for much longer than they actually are. And
Really?
then, look, they're surprised they're back 3 weeks early because, they're just so determined. And then the opposition are like, oh, hold up a minute, this guy wasn't meant to be here. So it'd be interesting.
You're allowed to do that?
I mean, I guess so. He's just recovered a lot earlier. We didn't see that coming. Whether it's legitimate or just generally...
You're currently the second most informed team in the league.
Yeah, I know. I haven't felt this.
Huddersfield is top. How are they in the table? Aren't they like playoffs?
Below us, but equal points, but we've got a game in hand.
Oh. Fulham are doing pretty shit. Loss, win, draw, loss, win.
You say that. They beat Luton 7-0 this afternoon.
7-0, yeah, I just saw the score.
They're the first championship team to score 100 goals in a season.
Really?
So, pretty impressive to be fair, but I mean...
Yeah.
Oh god, Matthew has just said Phil Jones is coming on. So brace yourselves, everybody. Masterclass inbound.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just feeling bad for Brentford and thought, you know what, might as well knock him on and give him a few minutes to clap around the pitch at the last home game that he's ever going to play. But yeah, Forest are... I'm going to be shitting myself for approximately 90 minutes tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky because not only have they got 3 more points than you, they also have played 2 less games than you. So
they should be on the same... Bournemouth should be on the same games as us.
Oh, no, my bad. I was looking on this football web pages and it said 21 and 23, but that's home.
Oh, right.
And then you've played... the totals, you both got 44 games played, yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow, it's going to be so bloody tense.
I'm working, I can't watch it.
I'm out as well, so I'm not going to be able to watch it. I'm going to have the updates on my phone, and I don't.
Really?
I put in the ringer on. I don't care.
What have you got?
I've got Explorer, so I'm out.
Can't you miss it just for one week?
See, I missed it last week because Forest were on as well, so I feel like quite that.
Oh, great!
I'll get part of the second half when I get home anyway. There will still be some time left. But honestly, man, if we beat them tomorrow, I think we're going up automatically.
Do you think so?
Because I reckon we can beat Hull. We beat fucking all the teams around us, hammered them. Sorry guys, it's past 9 o'clock, so it's past the watershed, I'm allowed to say that. And...
Wait, so do you have an easier run towards the end of the season then?
We've got Bournemouth and... I definitely we've got Hull after that, and let me just check we haven't got someone else because it would make sense if we did.
How many teams in the league? Is it 24?
We've got Bournemouth tomorrow and Hull on Saturday, and that's it.
And that's it. That's done.
That's the league finished.
And who do Bournemouth have after you?
Millwall. So the championship table, I'm going to bring it up on my screen.
Hull are 18th, and Millwall are 8th.
So we have got the easier running, but that being said...
Who plays first?
No one. It's the final day, so everyone plays at the same time.
Same time? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have, Soccer Saturday on if Forest aren't being shown on TV.
Do they have, the 3 o'clock rule for the Championship as well? Like, the 3 o'clock games don't get shown on TV?
Yeah, I think so.
And how does the TV showing work? Do they just show it on Sky?
Yeah, Sky Sports have normally the 12:30 game, and
are any on BT?
No, it's all Sky. I've got the license for all of it. But you can pay into there's a system. I don't know whether it's still running this season. I think it might be. iFollow, and you basically pay in, and it gives you a TV stream. But apparently it's normally crap, so I've not bothered investing in it. Normally the TV.
So they show most of the games then.
So Sky shows some of them, but you would pretty much need to be either a derby or a big team to get onto an actual Forest get shown or not. I mean.
So, could you not really watch Reading then, or something like that?
No, Reading only will be shown if they're playing like us or
really
Bournemouth.
So, what do you do if you're a smaller down football fan? You just can't really watch your games on TV.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go to the actual game.
Yeah, pretty much. We've got less than a minute on, supposedly according to Zoom.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't cut off.
Hopefully it doesn't cut off. If it does, then I will be putting a cover over and I'll relaunch a Zoom call with Bob and we'll come on and we'll keep talking. But yeah, that's currently the state of how things are looking at. If it would be so perfect, right, this season where Derby County get relegated, Forest get promoted to the Premier League, and life would just be perfect.
It would be.
Honestly,
that means you'd be the furthest away you've been from each other in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, when I was saying about the season ticket yesterday to my dad, he was like, "Oh, but we might just get we might not get to enough games and everything." I'm like, I do not care. This will be the first time we've been up for 23 years in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Even if I go to 2 games, we will be back very soon. Hello, I am back. I'm just going to move these right now. So as you can see, I'm here. I'm waiting for Bob to just join the Zoom call. And then we will keep going and talking for a bit longer. So as it stands at the moment, as I've said, Forest sit in third, and I'm currently loving life. All hail Steve Cooper, pretty much. I must say, as a Forest fan, I've never felt this. Don't know what's the word for it. Excited probably is the best word for it. But this season so far is currently.
I'm back.
Hello. You're back. Right. Cool. I made it as quick as I could and getting it going again. I have no clue why it's done that, considering there's 2 of us and supposedly that gives us a limited time. But
yeah, no, I thought so as well, but it's weird.
Who knows? So yeah, massive game tomorrow night. I will probably either go live on Instagram or just make a little video on it and shove it on the Instagram story, depending on what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if we win, I'll do it. If we lose, I will not. But you look at it's interesting stat. Forest in 2022 have not lost a single home game.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Steve Cooper's,
wait, what, in the league at all? Was it 2020?
In any apart from Liverpool, yeah, in the league with
in 2022.
In 2022, not lost a home game.
Damn.
Yeah, Steve Cooper has lost something like 4 games as Forest manager or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. So it's crazy. The man is magic. I don't understand what he's. I don't know.
Who did he manage before you? Was it Swansea?
Swansea, and it's brilliant. So Swansea fans, when the appointment was going for Steve Cooper, for Forest, they were like, "Oh,
Did he leave Swansea or was he a free agent?"
He was. Well, he had resigned as manager of Swansea, had been sacked, and we're still being on gardening leave. So we had to pay them a little bit of money to get him.
Mm-hmm.
But Swansea fans are like, "Oh, you don't want Steve Cooper. Like he plays really boring defensive football.
Oh, really?
Like he's really not a great manager." And this season, on aggregate, both under Steve Cooper, we have beat them. Yeah, an aggregate score of 9-2. So
Really?
It's not worked out very well for them, and they currently sit 15th. So I think we've come off the better there.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Graben is out for the rest of the season though, which is not.
Wait, is he the one that you? Who's the new one that you signed? Is that Keenan Davies?
So yeah, we signed Davies on loan, and then Sam Surridge, not Sturridge. He doesn't do a funny celebration. We've permanently bought him.
Oh, I see.
And he's like scored 8 in 4 games or something like that, 4 appearances. So he's just like mad. Like he's ridiculously good. He got a hat trick at the weekend. I'll show you the goals tomorrow, but it's crazy. I recommend anyone going and just watching the Forest highlights because the serotonin release is just so good.
Yeah. Of course.
As well, if we look at the other end of the table, we can see the terrific Reading sat in 21st. They cannot get any higher than that. They cannot get any lower than that.
Can they not?
No, they've already. Derby, Peter and Barnsley have already been relegated, so luckily the Royals are safe up the ding and that, woohoo. That's going to be screen recorded probably, so.
Yeah.
Paul Ince has terrifically managed to keep them up by playing some awful football, potentially not turning up to press conferences, and the journalists don't know until the day. So it's just such a roller coaster of a club. I mean, take John Swift and Luca Zhao out of the team, then you're pretty much screwed, I think is probably the word.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never seen a worse team when I went and watched them at Forest. They were dreadful. Seriously, they were dreadful. The keeper was... I think I told you, pretty much any time he got the ball, he kicked it out of play for a throw-in. They were useless. Yeah. They were useless, and I mean the fans were dreadful as well. They've pretty much been ranked by the Forest fan base as the worst that have come, one of the worst that have come to the City Ground this year.
It's just like, even if you see their home games, at the City Ground, how full is the stadium? Is it full every game?
It's full every game.
Whenever I see Charlie and all that, they go to the games. The stadium is like half full.
Yeah, not even half full half the time. They have
that's terrible.
Yeah, I think let me find out the Majewski capacity. 24,000, right? Their average, I looked on a website, is about 11,000, 12,000.
Is it?
Yeah.
That is so bad.
I think they built a stadium imagining that they'd be in the Premier League. And they were for a little bit, but there's basically the stadium's too big for them, and they can't fill it. But they've got nowhere to go.
So they actually just don't have enough fans. Is that that the problem? If
you think about our local area, it's mostly made up of old people.
Yeah.
Who aren't going to go.
Or people who support Manchester United.
Yeah. You're not really going to go to a football game if you're an old person as much. So
yeah, no.
You probably get quite a few. You get a lot of Reading supporters, but then you also not going to go to the games.
Yeah.
Our area is too Tory to go and mix with the lower class footballing fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, Reading is just a joke. You could.
I can check the average attendance of Reading on this website. Hold on, let me have a look.
Even more embarrassing than Reading is Hull, right? So they've got a massive stadium as well from when they're in the Premier League. And
really?
at the moment they can't sell it out. So some Forest fan has come out with the idea that for the last day, if the Forest fans buy out our away allowance, then just start buying the home allowance as well. And just turn up, fill their stadium, they get a load of money for it.
Yeah.
And we have pretty much double the allowance that we should have there. To be fair,
you just fill out the home end. Yeah,
that was pretty much the idea. I don't know whether it's going to go ahead because Hull might get a bit suspicious that they're sending a load of tickets to Nottingham addresses instead of ones in the actual local area.
Yeah,
but it's a joke. Like Majewski, you could go and just read a book or something, and you wouldn't be disturbed because it's quiet in there.
You have the second highest average attendance in the league.
Yep.
Of 27,000. Reading are 17th with 12,000.
Who's first? Is it Middlesbrough?
Sheffield United.
Oh, fair enough. They got a big stadium, so it's fair enough, and they got good fans. See, the thing with Forest is we've got a good stadium, and it's not too big.
Yeah.
We're getting the expansion soon, and that's going to add another 10,000.
Really?
We'll fill that out too. To be fair.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
The fact you can't get a season, you can't get much of a ticket now, which is why I'm planning to get a season ticket to get a ticket guaranteed for a game.
Arsenal have the second highest average attendance in the Premier League as well.
And you got a massive stadium, so
59,700.
Is number one the Etihad?
No, it's not. It is Manchester United.
Lies.
Manchester City is 6th in 52,000.
Really?
Who's last?
I guess
Brentford. Brentford. Wow.
Brentford Stadium's not very big though, so
let's see. They get a 16,800 average capacity. Let's have a look. Brentford Community Stadium.
Because I was there on Saturday and it's not very big, and the rugby we filled out one main stand and then part of another, and that was only 12,000, so it must be like 24.
Okay, yeah. It's 17,250 and their average attendance is 16,800, so they're
if you
they're
look
running
at it in percentage wise,
yeah,
instead of numbers, then
it doesn't tell you percentage annoyingly, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah, some of the stadiums in the Championship are embarrassing. Fulham, even just watching them on TV as the home team is embarrassed. Like watching them as a team, they have, instead of clapping and like cheering their team on, they have like clappers. They've got like paper clappers, fans.
Oh, that's so bad.
And
do they not fill out the stadiums either?
Well, no, they fill theirs out, I think, pretty much.
Yeah.
But their fans are just dead. Like,
oh,
I guess it's quite a rich area, so they're kind of not really football hooligans.
Go on, Jeps. Good game, lads.
There's a picture from Craven Cottage of like a Fulham fan cutting a Victoria sponge cake at the back of the stadium. So
is there?
Yeah, they're not exactly lethal fans. Yeah, Forest sell out home and away, so it doesn't matter. Which is why I need to get a season ticket, because otherwise I will not get a ticket in existence. Because if we go to the Premier League, it will be like
the resale on them will be ridiculous.
Yeah, so I worked it out. So I can buy a season ticket for 150 quid anywhere in the stadium, and that would work out.
But is that, can you guarantee to get one? Like, what's the waiting list like to get a season ticket?
I have no clue, but I'm gonna have to find out.
Surely you can't just like buy one because it's full up, right?
It depends, because
people like stop.
People will stop, or they might release more season tickets. I'll have to have a look and see if I can get it as soon as they release like the sale. I need to have a look into it at the moment, because there's the renewal going on at the moment. If I can find one on there, but if you get one of them, then I worked out it's 150 quid. It would pretty much, even if we're in the Championship, that would be £3.50 a game. And then I need to, if I buy away membership, which is an extra £35, which gives me early access to away tickets, then even that's not too expensive. And then I'll go and become a football hooligan in the away ends, you know.
We've got Sam Reed in the chat saying, "Come on, you ours, goat Lauren."
Josh Lauren.
Is he a Reading player?
He's one of the good Reading players, to be fair. That's why he's linked with Forest, so, you know.
Oh.
Just a bit good. He's
not
good.
Many good Reading players, sorry, Sam.
No. The only good one, though, good one is Tom McIntyre, because he relegated Derby with a header. So,
did he?
Yeah, he equalised against someone, and then Derby went down, so it was a significantly good day.
Oh, nice.
And he can come and just sign for an honorary Forest position. We won't play him, but we'll pay him like 200 grand a week or something, and he can just build a statue of himself throughout his period of time there, you know.
Reading have officially lost today as well. They lost to West Brom.
That wasn't today, though. It was just the other day.
Was it not?
It was on Saturday.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah, they lost to West Brom, who are dreadful. Steve Bruce's magic, which kind of tells you a bit about Reading. So,
who's their manager? Something Ince.
Paul Ince.
Paul Ince. Never heard of him.
What do you mean you never heard of him? He used to play for England.
Did he?
Yeah, he used to play for like a big club, whether it was Man United or Liverpool. It might be Man United. Might be Liverpool.
Oh,
one of them. He used to play for England. His son is coincidentally in the Reading team, Tom Ince.
Is he?
So it's a little bit of a coincidence that, oh, hold up a minute, I'm going to pick my son to play.
Yeah.
It was when we were at the Forest game, and there was chants about him and his son being both shit, which was quite funny. Full-time result, Man United 3-0. So, that's a good one for Matthew to go and cry about. And I reckon we'll stop this there as well. We've got through quite a lot. We had an unexpected Zoom call ending, which I'm going to go complain to Zoom about, which is bloody annoying because it says on the thing if there's only 2 people, then it won't stop. So I don't know why it's done that. But thank you for listening today. If you've popped on the stream, nice to see some of you on here. Obviously, this will be uploaded as a video itself. So make sure to subscribe to the channel here and to follow us on social medias, on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find us about. Check out the website as well, finalwhistlepodcast.co.uk. Nice few articles and things on there. Links to videos. If you haven't watched the Marko Ivanovic interview already, go do it. It's hitting off really well, actually, to about 240 now.
Topical as well with the old...
Mino.
Yeah, Mino.
Rest in peace. He confirmed his family, he is actually died, so it's not fake news this time. So rest in peace, Mino. Go and check out. It's actually quite interesting, as interesting as someone's death can be. Marko Ivanovic said that he was one of his idols. He said he'd like to have dinner with him when we asked footballing icons or sporting icons, dead or alive, who'd like to have dinner with. So,
that's probably the first time that's happened.
Yeah, I know. Crazy coincidence. You go and find out who else, as well as Mino Raiola, Marko Ivanovic wanted to go and have a dinner with. So go check that out now.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you everybody for watching. This has been The Final Whistle.